Hello everyone, my name is Andrew Toy, a film critic for FilmBook. Today I will be reviewing The Secrets We Keep. The Secrets We Keep is really hard to say 2 times in a row, let me just say that. It is also directed by Yuvol Adler. It is written by Ryan Covington and Yuvol Adler. And it stars Noomie Rapace, or Noomie Rapace. The girl with the dragon tattoo, you know who it is. It also stars Joel Kinnaman and Chris Messina. What would you do if your tormentor and the conductor of all of your nightmares moved in next door to you? That's what this movie asks, and not in a horror sort of way. It asks in a reality-based sort of way. Now, let me go no further before I state that with a lot of movies, I do not watch the trailer and I read as little as I can of the synopsis because I want to be surprised throughout the entire movie. Here's the thing, if you watch trailers for movies or you know pretty much what the whole movie is about, you're gonna just be wasting your time for about the first 20 to 35 minutes as it sets up everything that the trailer is supposed to have done. And so I like my method of movie watching because I am intrigued from the very beginning. All I knew going into this movie was that it was set post-World War II and there was a kidnapping. As to who was kidnapped and as to why, I was very intrigued from the very beginning of this movie because I didn't know any of this going into it. But I'm assuming you're not like me or normal like most people, so you probably get the gist of what this movie is about. And it's backed by this great premise where a Nazi has been kidnapped in suburban life post-World War II. And what a great setup for a story. And once that has been established in the movie, you know that this movie can only end one in 2 ways. It could end like one of those morality tales where forgiveness is heaped upon the transgressor, or it could end Tarantino style in a bloodfest. Don't expect me to tell you how this movie goes, because that's not my job here. Let me get my complaints out of the way first. This is set post-World War II. Nothing really in this except for some old songs playing in the background, and the way they were dressed really told me that this was set in the 50s. I would say the most credit goes to the costume designer, but even that is a little iffy. The way some of the characters spoke and the way they did their hand gestures was very 21st century to me, and I found myself often having to remind myself that this was set over 50 years ago and not set in today's times. The only thing that really helped me remember was the constant references to World War II. So this movie kicks off with this Romanian female kidnapping a Nazi, and she ties him downstairs in the basement. Her husband finds out. He is now an accomplice, and they have to find out if this really is the man who raped and tortured her and killed her sister back during the war. And this essentially is a courtroom drama. It's a courtroom drama in the sense that this couple's basement is the courtroom. The defendant is tied up to a chair, and this woman is not only the plaintiff, but she is also the jury, the judge, and possibly the executioner. And this isn't so much as a whodunit, but a did he done it? Because this woman's memory is so shattered and fragmented that she herself at times doubts if she has the right man in the position where she wants him to be. And this movie takes some interesting turns because it turns out that she is searching for the answers that only this man possibly has. And it's crazy because this couple turns out also to be hostages in their own home because they can't just release this guy after all the damage that has been done. And this is a very cause and effect based movie where there has been a cause and there will be a very traumatic effect one way or another. And of course this movie has to have that obligatory scene where there are outside characters that come so close to the secret that is being kept by this couple, and it is a glorious scene. I love scenes like this where the tension is racked up and you want the cop or the neighbors to still be in the dark, but you love those moments where they start suspecting, and it is a very well done scene charged with a lot of suspense, and you just don't want the cops to find out their secret just yet because it's just, to be honest, it's just a lot of fun. And suddenly, the tension shifts from this couple just holding this guy hostage to the problems wedging themselves in between this couple and threatening their very marriage. So not only is it a very cause and effect sort of film, but it is a very layered film where the problems and the tensions and the issues mount one on top of each other. And there is no going back in this movie. This is not a good guy, bad guy scenario. You want the victim to be vindicated, but if the hostage is not who she thinks he is, then you still want justice to be fulfilled, but not at the expense of what this poor woman has already gone through in the past. I can't say anything else about this movie without giving much away. I can say that this is a movie that paints a very clear and concise picture of what exactly revenge and evil does in the world and how it just keeps regenerating upon itself. It does it in such a way that we just can't put it in words because evil is such a complex institution in and amongst itself that we don't really know how to quite clearly put how it works. There's no blueprint for evil and how it reaches out its fingers and how it goes from one person to the next in this domino effect. And people who commit evil have to live with the evil that they've committed, and it's passed down from either generation to generation or family member to family member. This movie does the best way that I have seen depicting how evil works and why we keep the secrets we keep. I'm going to give this movie a 7 out of 10. Because I'm not going to remember it forever. However, the effects of the movie will stick with me. It's also not a movie that I'm going to want to go back and watch. It's not an entertaining, feel-good sort of a movie. It's not one of those movies where on a Friday night I'm going to order in some pizza and say, hey, let's watch some Secrets We Keep, huh? No, it's not a fun movie. It's not an entertainingly fun movie. It is an entertaining one-watch movie. This is the kind of movie they just don't make much of anymore, where it causes you to stop and pause after the credits have rolled, and you're still thinking about how this type of movie, how this type of story still happens in today's world. And it's a very relevant movie as well. You can nitpick as much as you want depending on your political or religious beliefs, and you will find something in this movie that will back up how you feel or believe, or will even enlighten you a little bit to the other side. That brings us to the conclusion of my review for The Secrets We Keep. I'd like to thank you for watching this. You can find more of my work here on FilmBook. Just go to film-book.com and search Andrew Toy. You can also see a lot more of my film reviews. If you go to YouTube, type in Andrew and Sarah Beth Toy. That's where you'll see me discussing a lot of my favorite movies, and in some videos, my wife, Sarah Beth, tolerating them. You'll find that link in the description below. Now, if you liked my review, click the thumbs up down below, smash the subscribe button, and ring that bell to get alerts for upcoming videos. Now look, I know there's some of you that disagree with my review. That's totally fine. If you didn't, we would have nothing to talk about. So leave your comment down below. If you did like my review, still leave a comment down below. We can have a discussion about it. And please consider becoming a patron on our Patreon. The link is down below. That will allow us to continue to give you more and exciting, engaging content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.